What's going on, people? This is your beast in the East, still trying to deal with the mess in the West. That is Chelsea Football Club. Big up, everybody. Good evening. Hope everyone's doing okay. Right, Chelsea versus Brighton player ratings. Well. Who would have thought Chelsea would have beat Brighton at home? The place we've been leaking goals left, right, and centre, getting losing left, right, and centre. We finally get a win at Stamford Bridge. Oh my God, has it not been a long time coming? But anyway, what a goal from Nicholas Jackson. The nice build up. Let's break it down, people. The player ratings for Chelsea Football Club. We had a starting lineup last night of Robert Sanchez, Cucurella, Dieza, Colwell, Chilwell, Ukareka, Concedo, Matson, Palmer, Mudryk, and Jackson. Well, we'll start with Sanchez. Boy, that guy looked dodgy at times. Put us into trouble a couple of times with his passing out. Put Moses Concedo into trouble a couple of times, passing out. Got taken out a few times through people going through the back of him, because of him passing players into trouble, particularly Concedo for some strange reason. Kicked it long eventually down the park later on in the match. Made a fantastic save against Mope's header. Made up for some of the stupidity that he'd done. But ultimately, over the 90 minutes, he was a little bit shaky, a little bit rocky. Settled into the game, but still, got to keep an eye on this guy. So, at the normal 10 ratings, I'll probably give Sanchez maybe a 4. A 4. Because he put up a good save, but his distribution was a bit poor. Ben Chilwell. He played well last night. Not particularly did anything special, but doing his bit as captain, he was being vocal. He was all over the place. He didn't do anything of particular quality, but, he made a count of himself. I can't really do anything other than give this guy a 6, really. He did all his job, which is what you would expect of someone of that experience, but ultimately he didn't really do too much. So, a 6 for him. Levi Colwell, just like Ben Chilwell, did a bit of good covering. He was up and down, ran around a bit, stayed solid defensively. We looked a little shaky at times, but it looked like Brighton could cut through us. But ultimately, he was on pumps to help cut things down, and he obviously helped keep a clean sheet, which is a rarity at Stamford Bridge now. Any kind of clean sheet, really. So I'll give him a 6, just like I did Ben Chilwell. Dieza, now that guy looked unstable at times. Looked a bit nervy, getting caught out of position a little bit. He did okay, nothing special. I'll give him, because he's played slightly worse than what Chilwell, and slightly worse than obviously what Levi Colwell did, but only a little bit. So I'll give him a 5, with the other two getting 6s. Now, Marc Cucurella, right back. I didn't see that one coming, and nor did I see the performance coming. He was our best defender, and he was arguably our best player. I'll get into that later on. But yeah, Cucurella had a solid game. He was getting involved in play. He was getting up the pitch, down the pitch. He was making tackles. He was breaking up play, getting involved, always reliable. His passing was decent on his left foot, passing back into midfield. Very stable, very steady. Can't really ask too much of him for what he did. And for someone who's playing on the wrong side of it, not bad. Not bad. Then we got Ukareka, who didn't do too much. But hang on, sorry, going back to Cucurella, I had to give Cucurella an 8. But yeah, Uchawaka, or whatever we say his name properly without messing it up. He didn't do too much, got a yellow card, tripped a couple of people over, didn't really get involved too much, kept play ticking, wasn't particularly special, but did okay. So yeah, I'm going to give him, just like I gave Dieza, I'll give him a 5. Not special, got yellow carded. So yeah, we're obviously young, needs more time, so I'll give him a 5. Moises Concedo. Now, there's an interesting guy. I'm starting to like him more now that I'm watching him in a Chelsea shirt. Now that I'm seeing him settle and he's easing into his role, other than a few times when Sanchez put him into trouble last night, he did all right. He was steady, helped contribute, play to the goal, did a good job. Never really got caught out other than when Sanchez put him into trouble. Reasonably solid. Didn't do anything too special, but he was, when he was called upon, reliable and sensible. So yeah, I'll give Concedo a 6. Concedo did okay last night. Ian Matson. Now this guy's quietly gone under the radar a bit. I think Ian Matson done a bit good job. Big up, mate. He's like Hot Fuzz. Big up, mate. Surprising to see one of us beating Brighton. I guess beating them isn't for everyone. Yeah, bro. I hear that, dude. I hear that. I was trying to wait for you to finish your stream before I started mine, but you were going on for about an hour or so, so I just had to kick on with it, bro. I was watching, but while I was eating, but I had to do mine. I had to get my player ratings in. Big up to Hot Fuzz 44. Subscribe to this guy if you haven't. Oh, I'm a Flossy. Big up to yourself as well. Yeah, but you're right, Fuzz. No one was more surprised than me that we beat Brighton, my friend. No one was more surprised. I thought that was quite hilarious. But hello again, Mama Flossie. And I apologize for doing this late, everybody. It's just I've had a hell of a day. I'm tired, and I just want to get on with it. Yeah, but yeah, Ian Maidson, very surprising. Build up in the goal was good. Helped put Mr. Palmer through, who then obviously played in Jackson. Contributed. Did better than what some others did. I'll give Matson, I'll give him a 6. He did quite well. Now, we're going to Mr. Palmer. He did quite good, actually. I think we've not seen enough of this guy in a Chelsea shirt. I think Palmer, when he was playing down the middle, did all right. No, man, you got to wait for me, lad. You got to do what you got to do. Yeah, dude, but I'm not being funny. I can't wait hella late until tomorrow to do it. You know what I mean? By the time I get the review done, it'll be 2 days ago. Big up, Hot Fuzz. Yeah, but Mr. Palmer, he got involved in good attacking play. He was solid with his passing. He had an eye to find the space. He had a good pass for, obviously, Jackson's first goal. He actually sent Jackson through again, but the goal was ruled offside, which I'm surprised about because it didn't look offside. But you never know with officiating these days. But yeah, I want to see more of this guy in a central position. Didn't really when you've seen him out wide over the last couple of games, didn't really do much. But when Poch played him in the pockets as a sort of number 10, maybe we might have found that little substitute for Nkuku while we wait for him to get fit. So yeah, he impressed me last night. I gotta give him a 7. He did good. I don't really think anyone can find any fault with him. He didn't make any mistakes and he got an assist. So good on him. Now, Mudryk. Oh, Mudryk. This guy. Finally showing what we paid a best part of 80 mil for. He was getting the ball, aggressive, getting it down, trying to dribble, attacking men. He was good in his recoveries as well, I actually have to say. I've never seen Mudryk putting his shift in like that. And I was very surprised to see him doing it against Brighton of all teams. Very good play from him. Very aggressive. Very direct as well, Needs to play his game a bit further up the pitch for me. Because I know he's seen more as a more left winger / central attacking midfielder. But for me, I want to see this guy doing his damage a bit more towards the byline, a bit further up the pitch. Because for me, every time he started to go on a run, he was still about 40 yards from goal. If you're going to be a good winger, you need to start your runs more or less in the opposition half and go at defenders. But Mudryk didn't have a bad game. He had one of his better games in the Chelsea shirt, so I'll definitely give him a 6. He played all right yesterday. Nicholas Jackson, again, finally finding the net. He's a guy that struggles for form. Obviously, he's young, he's new. He's in a bit of a mess of a Chelsea team right now. Always looked ready to run onto the ball. Had another goal disallowed. Always available, always full of running. Always looked ready for it. And even when his offside goal was like proven to be offside, and he still celebrated. He walked over to the fans and still high-fived the little kid anyway, which I thought was kind of class of him. He's shown that he's a good player. He's shown that he's a determined young man. Hopefully, he'll start finding the back of the net more, and he will find his feet in England, and we will see a lot more of Nico Jackson. Because personally, I like him. I think out of all the players we signed over the summer, he's one of the few that, even though he's not like the finished article yet, he's one of those ones where you can see this guy's a player in him. And you can see that given time, and hopefully time to adapt and improve, he will actually become a better player. And there we go. So I give Nicholas Jackson, I give Jackson a 7. I'll give Jackson a 7. And we're going to Raheem Sterling, first of our substitutes. Came on a bit late in the game. Didn't really affect it too much. Average performance. Give him about 5. He didn't do a lot when he came on. Just kicked the ball a couple of times. Enzo Fernandez. I'll actually mention them together because they actually made a difference when they came on. Broha and Enzo Fernandez. First of all, obviously, fantastic to see Broha as a Chelsea player again. Injured so badly last year. I think this guy can help so much with our goal scoring problems. We need to see more of this guy on the pitch, and with Jackson being suspended as well, we definitely need to see this guy playing a lot more, because I think he's a very talented striker. He's unfortunately been injured, but hopefully he can get back to his best. So I'll give him a 5 just for what he did when he came on. Enzo as well, usual. He was running around, tried to hold up play, obviously we're trying to see the game out when he came on. Holding up the play well, taking the ball to the corner. Him and Broha brought good energy when they came onto the pitch. Non-stop running, non-stop control, keeping the ball away from Brighton. They both played well. So yeah, I'll give him both 5s because they didn't really do too much, but they did their jobs. So fair enough, they get a 5. Same thing maybe with Conor Gallagher. But I'll give him a 4 because even though he came on the pitch maybe slightly earlier than what Enzo did, he did run around a bit too much without actually doing anything. I do think Conor, because he does run around a lot, you got to give him credit, but when he gets on the ball, he lacks a fair amount of quality because it just seems like he just passes it off. He's one of those definitely sideways kind of guys. I do like Conor, but for me, he's definitely a squad filler, if you like. But I give him a 5. It is what it is, because obviously he didn't do anything wrong. But definitely my Chelsea man in the match has to go to Cuca Correa, because that guy is a left-footed player playing as a right back, and he didn't do anything wrong. He was always involved in play, always clearing things up whenever the midfield missed it. Never really let the side down, and he was the one Chelsea player you could have said like you saw all game. He was there all game, like whether you see him getting involved in like pushing up and trying to get involved into attacks, or whether you saw him sitting on the right hand side, unusually cutting inside on his left foot to try and like pass and keep play going. But it worked. It worked well. As I said, I gave that guy an 8 because he was just so good. What's up, bro? How you doing, long-haired Yeti? Big up to the Yeti, man. Just doing some player ratings, bro. I had to do them late. I was waiting for the fuzz, man, but I had to get it done, man. It's getting too late, and I had to eat. You know what I mean? Like, you know what us wild animals are like when we don't eat, man? We get feisty, we get bitey. Like, so I had to eat, brother. Just get it done. I know Fuzzy just popped in and said hello as well, bless him. But yeah, Cucurella, as I said, for a guy that was playing as a left back and playing as a right back, didn't do nothing wrong. Played well, swept up the park. Probably his best performance in the Chelsea so far, I would say. If anyone else in the comments wants to like drop in a rating if they saw any of the game, which I doubt because obviously Mama Flossie was probably watching the Newcastle game. I don't know. I don't think Forest were playing last night, were they? Yeti? I don't think so. No, I might have to check that later. But going back to Chelsea, definitely Cucurella best like performance so far in a Chelsea shirt. Considering he was completely out of position, I was absolutely gobsmacked with how well he played. Team on a whole, team performance, I'll give it a 4. Even though we beat Brighton and we got a goal, we didn't quite use the attacking chances we had. We had a lot more defensive issues than we needed to because of obviously Sanchez being stupid. No, we pulled out of the tournament. Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I'm sure it was a willing withdrawal. But yeah, Chelsea on the whole didn't use like their attacking opportunities well enough. Defensively, Sanchez kept on putting us into too much trouble. So overall performance, I'll give that a 4. If you think I'm wrong or right and you actually end up watching this, put an opinion in the comments. And that's just my take on it. But big shout out to the Fight Week show. Big shout out to Ola. Big shout out to obviously Naz as well, who joined me this week in the den. Much less respect for both of them for coming down. Wonderful interview. Thank you for them for so much patience. I just kept on jabbering throughout the entire thing. Jason that looked to wake up when he scored, and Mudryk is laying some mad assist. Yeah, I was just saying that. Yes, Mudryk's finally starting to look like the player that we paid for. I was just saying how aggressive he was on the ball, how he got the ball finally at his feet. He was attacking. Like, the only thing I want to say about, as I said about Mudryk earlier, is I want him to play his game slightly further up the pitch. I don't want him breaking from the centre circle, trying to take on 2 guys to try and pass to someone. I understand he can play, like, he can do that, but I'd rather see what this guy's like on the left wing or something, attacking the last man, playing off the shoulder. I think he can do those assists, plus maybe add a few goals, do a bit more damage. Hey ho, you never know. You never know. It is a £1 billion squad, so you never know what these douchebags can do, and they're all well paid for it. So you never know. You never know. But yeah, Jackson, if you can find the net regularly, we got a serious player. But this team has still got a lot of work to do. But I am happy that we beat Brighton. Didn't expect it. I don't think anyone actually genuinely did. Yep, there is a player in there. Yes, there really is. But, happy with the win. Not going to drag on too much because I'm in some fantastic pain at the moment. But I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed that when I gave it the full fist pump and all. I gave it a full Haryuken in the air when bloody Jackson scored. I did it again as well when the offside goal. What my friend have to say, Simon, that's offside, right? And I had to regain composure after I put a second hole in my ceiling. But never mind. But big up Yeti to with his stream with Jez earlier on. If you missed it, it was very deep, very emotional. I've been through something similar when I was bullied at school, and strange enough, I was bullied by a teacher who was old school Catholic and believed because I was left-handed, I was evil, and made me use my right for 2 years. And because they didn't realize what was going on, after about a year of it, I was in and out of a mental clinic until they actually realized what was wrong. By then, as usual, too fucking late. But never mind. But big up to Jez, Kenny, Warren TV, and Yeti for doing that. They've got a show next week, Thursday, I believe, 6 o'clock. Don't miss it. Be there. The Arsenal history and more. Big shout out to those guys for doing it, because mental health is something that's really important. And I think maybe I was thinking about doing some stuff on mental health, and I'm not gonna lie, when I was listening to these guys talking about it, I must admit, it really got to me to maybe do some more on it. Maybe I'll have a word with Yetz about doing some stuff as well, because one thing I like about Yeti, he's always like a chat meister, you know what I mean? He'll just say randomly at 10 o'clock, hey everybody, let's just go chat for a little while. So big up to him, because social Yeti. But anyway, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the little review. If you've got any feelings on what my ratings, put your ratings for the Chelsea players. I'm always open to discussion. Like and subscribe. Thank you everybody else for their comments in the sections. Everyone stay safe, and I'll catch everyone on the flip side. Oh, and if you have a time, have a look at the Wolves Den episode 2. I did it a couple of days ago. Had Ola, as I said, from the Fight Week show, and then Naz from the Fight Week show. Brilliant company. Can't speak highly enough of Ola. Big interviewer. Go and check out his interview with the Bones of Steel on his channel right now, because obviously they're tearing it up, and I got so much love for those guys, man, because they showed me so much patience when I was talking with them, because I just didn't shut up. But big up to them anyway. Big up to Mama Flossie as well, a lady that's always been kind to me as well. Big up to Tony Ibarra. Big up to Tony Claude TV. Big up to everybody. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. It is nice to talk. And you know what makes me laugh, yeah, on that subject, like now that it's been mentioned to mental health, right? No one is perfect. No one will ever be perfect. We've all got our flaws. The main thing is when you think there's something wrong, the main thing is to remember that there's nothing wrong with you. Everybody has problems, you know, and it's something that mental health is not really tackled to the degree that it should be. But big props to these guys for trying to like mention it. I even said to Jez about half an hour, 45 minutes after he showed, like, it was like a serious thing to do. Oh, yeah, Danny. Hey, yo, how you doing, mate? You right? But if anyone wants to quickly leave a Chelsea, I don't know if anyone else here saw the Chelsea game, but if anyone else saw the Chelsea game, do you want to leave your player ratings? Just to go over my ratings again, by the way, just to let everyone know what I said. I said Sanchez 4, Ben Chilwell 6, Colwell 6, Deezer 5, Cucurella I gave an 8 because he was just so brilliant. Ukuaka I gave about a 4 because he didn't do much, or 5 I think, but he didn't do too much anyway. Got a yellow card. I gave Concedo a 6, who's starting to slowly getting back into his rhythm as a Chelsea player. Maddison I gave a 5. He did all right last night, helped contribute to the goal. Palmer I gave a 6. He did play quite well actually. I'll give him that. Actually, maybe I should upgrade that to a 7 because he did quite well actually. Mudryk I give a 6, and Jackson I give a 7 as well, with Enzo, Sterling, and Broha and Gallagher all getting a 5. But I have to say, again, big to see Broha back again. That guy is just so much like different class. You know, not with us lot as friends here. And what's going on in the chat? Hey, yo, hello, Danny. Big up, Danny. 100%, you are never alone. Yeah, you're damn right, bro. And one thing I will say this actually, while I'm streaming, big up TJ Warren, big up Tony Claude TV, big up Jez, big up Kenny Ken, big up Ola, big up Hot Fuzz, big up Yeti, big up Dale, obviously part of the American Idiots with TJ Warren, big him up as well. I've never met anyone who's been rude to me, like even though I'm a Chelsea fan and even they always accuses me and my team of being shit. The YouTube community I'm part of has always been supportive, friendly, kind. Mama Flossie, as I've mentioned before, Tony Ibarra, as I've mentioned before, and that's a vibe we all try and maintain. It's a standard we all try and hold. So, you know, it's always best that we share as a community, we support each other. And likewise, I can honestly say now, as a gnarly wolf, anyone tries to come for any of my people on YouTube, I will come for you relentlessly. Trust me. I think you guys streaming helps people with their problems. Well done for you. Well, I would say that to them, definitely. I've had my problems, Danny, but like, you know what I mean? I was just saying about when I was a kid, I got bullied by a teacher for 2 years because the bitch was old school Catholic and she made me use my left hand. So it was just mad, like, and like, well, she made me use my right hand, excuse me, because I was left-handed. Yes, we do. Yes, big up Mama Flossie for saying that. Like, anyone who can't really follow what's going on right now, Mama Flossie, Danny, Jaminio, Yeti, Carl Rossi, Jez, Fuzzy, TJ, like all of these people, Tony Claude, Matty as well. Obviously, he's part of the community. We don't speak to him that much. You know what I mean? We have literally got the best community around and all of us stick together. And I'm not going to lie, yeah, even though some of us support Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, respectively, you come for one of us, all of us come for you. Just bear that in mind. All of us bear that in mind. And I don't mean like any, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not trying to be horrible. So I'm just going to say, yeah, we back each other to the hill. That's it. Mama Flossie, big facts. And hopefully, Mama Flossie will, I'm not sure. I'll talk to you in a minute as well, because obviously I sent you an email. Hopefully you received it. But anyway, this is your beast in the East signing out. Big up to Danny in the chat. Big up to Mama Flossie. Big up to Fuzzy. Hang on, sometimes I watch just streams, but if I don't drink, I don't comment. Why not, dude? Confidence? Sorry, I don't mean to ask that out loud. It's just where I read it. I apologize. I don't even... You know what? Confidence... I know some people do when they do it. It's not a matter of you lack confidence. You just listen. Oh, fair enough, dude. Because I know sometimes when people, I know even me sometimes when I have a smoke, like you do it just to relax and chill. When you get into that natural like relaxed mode, you just click and relax. And that's just when you can. Because me, that's the one thing about it. I relax too easily. You see, I become a chatterbox. Like, that's why I had to apologize to Ola and Naz when they came on the den the other day, like, afterwards. Like, it's just like, I end up just I just sat there narrating. I was like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, sorry if I spoke too much. And they're like, no, we enjoyed the conversation. I never drink too much, to be honest. You know what? One of my uncles once said, Simon, you know the time I've realized when I've drunk too much? When I've run out. And I was like, what's your favorite drink? And he went and opened one. So I was just like, then again, my family's Irish. So, like, when people say about casual drinking with the Irish, it's a bit like, define casual drinking. When you say casually, do you mean like socially? Or just like a quiet drink to yourself? Because believe me, the term do you drink is a very broad one in Ireland. Yeah. Danny says, chilling and listening when drunk, it's funny, right? Comments on football. Dude, you see the funny side of everything when you're a bit stoned, whether that be drinking or just even like on a natural day high. Like, you can have a good day and it makes you feel a bit giddy. I never do drugs, but I drink like an animal. Okay. I don't do either. Fair enough, Mama Flossie. She's got sense. I had a rough childhood. It's not my fault. I live in East London, man. I live in a place called Leytonstone. It's eat or be eaten, mate. Only drink on days that end with a Y. Yeah. I hear that one. Yeah. The only easy day was yesterday. You know what I mean? The only easy day was yesterday. But yeah, but even if you do drink or you do smoke, like, that's not a reason to be judgmental of someone. That's just whatever little vices everybody has. Jesus Christ, some people go into rooftops and shoot 13 people. You know, so if you have a drink or you have a smoke or you don't, you know what I mean? Damn, man, could be worse. Could be worse, especially when you see everybody like the suffering that goes on nowadays. And like, watch Jez's stream, by the way, like again next week to find out what we're all nattering about. But yeah, it's something that needs to be tackled a bit more. Oh yeah, and while we're on the subject, and I've got the four of you here as well, because I can see there's four in the chat. Did anyone see about what that Eva Santana said on Good Morning Television the other day, when they said about male suicide rates, and it got stated that nearly about 80. It's a really like one of the main killers of men under the age of 50 is suicide, and maybe there needs to be some sort of like that council divided that, or what you call men committee, or whatever it was called, that to maybe like tackle the situation. She laughed at it and said it's not something that needs to be dealt with, and I was just like, wow, okay. You just heard it's the biggest killer of males under the age of 50, and your answer is there's bigger fish to fry. Oh, that's kind. Alright, I'm not sure if you're a male under 50, fuck you then. That's kind. Oh well. And I'm not being funny, man. It's one of those things that when Jez was talking about earlier. A lot of things are fucked up nowadays, man, and they shouldn't be this way. Well, I do take morphine every day. I'll tell you what, yeah, Mama. I'll be real with you, right? I dated a heroin addict who got, and I didn't even know it at the time, right? She was an ex-heroin addict. Lovely girl, man. I adored her when she was sober. When she got prescribed morphine patches because of her pain, because she had a dislocated shoulder, and when she got prescribed morphine patches, boy, yeah, I've never seen anyone change so much, boy. That was a fuck situation. That was a fuck situation. And hence the reason, and there you go, me talking about the YouTube community. I was sitting there doing a match review 5 minutes ago. Now I'm just sitting in nattering to everybody about the common subject that's amongst everybody else. So if you see this later on, you know what I mean, hit me up at Simon Reno Instagram 74732. I think you can see the link in like on my channel. Men struggling nowadays seems to be very lonely and do not appreciate a female due to being closed as a class as a creep. Well, dude, man, like I always used to say back in the day, it took a bigger man to talk about his problems than it did to keep them to himself. You know what I mean? As I said, like I wasn't trying to go into this, but it seems to have popped up. Because of my career, I don't touch drugs or prods. Fair enough, Danny. Each to their own, brother. There's no a right or wrong way, just your own way, dude. That's I said to Yeti recently, when me and him had a lovely chat one-to-one a couple last week. It's not about being judgmental, bro. It really ain't, like, because at the end of the day, it don't matter what you do, as long as you're not killing someone or hurting someone. Like, it's worse. It's far worse. There's far worse. Whiskey, vodka, white rum, tequila are the ones. I'll tell you what, I love me a bit of white rum. A bit of like Ray and Nephews. That's the one, man. I love a bit of Ray. Especially if I tell you what, when I got a cold, man, that's the one. Just, you know what I mean? The only problem is, though, when I first tried Ray and Nephews, 100%, anybody else feels like it, yeah, Wolf. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, well, I'm not here to judge. I've always said, like, ever since I was on first judges, I'm just here to have a conversation, man. As long as you're not murdering anybody, there's no right or wrong way about it. It's just, you know what I mean? And Danny, if you like to do that, mate, that's what you like to do. I'll tell you what, as I said, like, when I've got a cold, white rum is the one for me, bro, because I'll tell you, that goes in my tea and everything. I can polish a bottle of that within a week, but I won't touch alcohol for months after that. It's just, you just consume it. As long as you know you're all right and you're not giving yourself any liver kidney failure or anything like that, you know what I mean? Why can't I kill somebody? For fuck's sake. I don't know. Who are we talking about killing? Because I want to say it's wrong and it's immoral, but I'm meeting you halfway on this one. Who are you talking about killing? In the comments, please. Yeah, I want to know who you're going to murder before I actually approve of it. So did I say approve? I meant condone it deeply condone it. We don't talk about murdering people here, unless it's Sunak, because he's an ass. Yeah, but yeah, as I said, the only problem, I tell you what, white rum. The quick story about white rum. Yeah, in the comments, I'm not going to say that one out loud. White rum on the grass. I remember the first time I tried Ray and Nephews, right? 100% proof, right? When I first tried that, I was 18. When I woke up, I was 21. So it was just like, yeah, man, good shit, good shit. All right. On that note, everybody, thank you for those that are tuned in. If you can help me out, please leave a like and or subscribe. Anyone who happens to see this, again, Jez's channel next week, 6 o'clock Thursday. Bear it in mind, mental health special. I'm going to be promoting it on my channel at least once or twice before then. Everyone, stay safe, take care. Danny, Mama Flossie, Yeti, Fuzz, everyone has been in the chat. Stay safe. Good night. God bless. Take care. From your wolf in the east. Oh! Take care.